74.
74.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Man,
That was quick.
that's makes me want to hit the bottle pretty hard.
Seems like we were just at 64 or 4.
40. Yeah, I tell myself this every birthday. You got one coming up. I got one coming up.
We're hitting the
I
bottle.
said we're going to have to hit the bottle hard.
Today is all about hitting the ball.
I'm going to pretend I'm Keith Richards for a day.
That's why we're doing this.
Lift. Separate.
Boy, that's good.
Oh, my gall. Oh, Lord.
Oh, that
lordy,
like many
lordy,
other,
lordy. Well,
many
that makes
other
me,
show ideas.
That makes me want to have a smoke to kill the taste of the drink, and then you have a drink to kill the taste of the smoke. How you doing out there? You ever seem to have one of those days where it just seems like everybody's getting on your case, from your teacher all the way to your best girlfriend?
I do.
Well, you know, I used to have them just about all the time, but I found a way to get out of it. Let me tell you about it. Sitting in the classroom thinking it's a drag. Listen to the teacher, man, it just ain't my bag. School bell rings, you know that's my cue. Gonna meet the boys on floor number 2. Smoking in the boys' room. Yeah, we were smoking in the boys' room. Now, teacher, don't you feel me? Up with your rules, 'cause everybody knows that smoking ain't allowed in school. Yeah. Oh, tell me about it now.
Checking out the halls, making sure the coast is clear. Looking in the stalls, now there ain't nobody here.
My buddy Fang, me and Paul, to get caught would surely be the death of us all. Yeah, smoking in the boys' room. Yeah, we were smoking in the boys' room. Oh, teacher, don't you feel me? Up with your rules. Everybody knows smoking ain't allowed in school. All right, yeah.
Smoking down.
Whoa, put me out to in the school bookstore. Check out the counter, man. I got bored now.
Teacher was looking for me all around. 2 hours later, you know where I was found.
Smoking in the boys' room. Yes, indeed, smoking in the boys' room. But teacher, don't you feel me? Up with your rules, 'cause everybody knows that smoking ain't allowed in school. One more, yeah. We were smoking in the boys' room. Woo! Smoking in the boys' room. Now, teacher, I'm fully aware of the rules. Everybody knows that smoking ain't allowed in school. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh.
Man, that's so. Welcome to CoROEnosphere
welcome.
74.
Here we are.
We're here.
Boy, we're starting to hit the rock bottom barrel here.
We're hitting the bottle and the barrel and. Okay.
Let's redeem it with a little Sam Cooke via Cat Stevens. Oh, another Saturday night, and I ain't got nobody. I got some money, 'cause I just got paid. Now, how I wish I had someone to talk to. I'm in an awful way. I got in town a month ago. I seen a lot of girls since then. If I could meet 'em, I I'd be swinging, 2 chicks on my arm. Yeah. Listen to me now. It's hard on a fella when he don't know his way around. If I don't find me a honey to help me spend my money, I'm gonna have to blow this town. Here it's another Saturday night, and I ain't got nobody. I got some money 'cause I just got paid. Now how I wish I had someone to talk to. I'm in an awful way. Yeah, it's another Saturday night, and I ain't got nobody. I got some money 'cause I just got paid. Now how I wish I had some chick to talk to. I'm in an awful way. He's in an awful way. He's in an awful way. He's in an awful way. I'm in an awful way.
He's in an awful way.
We're in an awful way.
Indeed. Indeed we are.
Oh man.
But it's another Saturday night, and it's great to have you guys with us. It's great to be with Doc Love in all of his Lost Dogs uniform.
Oh yeah, my Lost Dogs crew shirt. You said it was a little dowdy. Didn't you say that? Or was it-
I don't know.
Oh, you said frumpy.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I
Yeah,
take
it's
it all
kind of
back.
like a camp counselor kind of thing, you know. It's all right.
It's like-
I don't have to be so cool all the time.
That's a skit right there, a Lost Dogs camp.
Oh, I think
Mike's
so.
the camp counselor. Well,
Well, okay, so now we're going to put on our big boy hats and talk about... Now, this is... I didn't want to do this. This is Bruce's request.
you've just been filling me up with so much Neil Diamond that I heard this guy and I'm like going, is this Neil Diamond doing this? And it turns out that it's Andy Kim.
A Canadian who probably was a Neil Diamond impersonator at some point. Remember, like, Super Diamond? Remember that guy?
I would totally believe that because if you look at the guy and you listen
looks
to what
like
he's doing,
him.
this
He
song
sounds
is just
exactly
a Neil
like him.
Diamond song.
So at some point, he...
That's back in the days of the industry when they had no shame.
Well, I have a feeling that he did very well outside of the U.S. quite a bit, and that this record broke through, which, you know, nowadays it's commonplace for Canadians to have big hits here, but that wasn't always the case. So it's a really great record. I can't remember that beginning.
Wasn't Anne Murray Canadian? Or no, she was Australian.
I don't know. Was she Canadian? I can't remember. I think Australia might be it. Okay, so. Ain't it good? Ain't it right that you are with me here tonight? The music playing, our bodies swaying in time. Touching you, so warm and tender. Lord, I feel such a sweet surrender. Beautiful is the dream that makes you mine. Rock me gently, rock me slowly, take it easy. Don't you know that I have never been loved like this before? Baby, baby, rock me gently, rock me slowly, take it easy. Don't you know that I have never been loved like this before? slowly, take it easy. Don't you know that I have never been loved like this before? Hey, rock me slowly, rock me easy, take it easy. Don't you know that I have never been loved like this before? Ain't it good? Ain't it right that you are with me here tonight? Well, rock me gently, rock me slowly, take it easy. Don't you know that I have never been loved like this before? Rock me gently, rock me slowly, take it easy. Don't you know that I've never been loved like this before? Slowly, take it easy. Don't you know that I have never been loved like this before?
That was rough.
So winded. I don't know if it was rough. I think it was an improv on the record. I mean, you got to admit, man, we are stripping this down to its most basic thing. It's a folk strum thing. I mean, those records have the background singers, they got the horns, they got the clavinet. You know, it's a full arrangement. It's just me, a guitar, and you banging on that thing.
I'm just hard. I'm hard on us, Mike. I think we should be able to accomplish these songs
well,
in their full
I'd
glory.
say we are accomplishing them.
We should be able to do full glory.
All right, now this one I'm convinced was written on the microphone. I think that, you know, the arrangement was done later. I think that this guy walked in and just sang these lyrics.
All right.
I don't think they were written. I think he just kind of winged it, which we've done in the past. You know? And sometimes we keep it, and sometimes we actually write it. Let's see.
What's the matter with your head? Oh yeah, yeah. I said, hey, hey. What's the matter? get your love. Come and get your love. Come and get your love. Yeah. Come and get your love. Come and get your love. Come and get your love. Come and get it, baby. Come and get your love.
Oh, that electric sitar, man. That got a lot of use back then. I have at least 2 friends that have one, and the strings are all off.
Oh, that was so funny listening. You know, this is like some of this music, man. It's like being somewhere and this colorful bus pulls up, and you just jump on, man, and you go for the ride, and you go, I think I know how this. I think I know how the road goes, and we get to the end. And it's like, dude, I don't know what's going on.
Lost.
It's a party
about
bus.
to go off. Yeah, it's a party, is what it is. I think what strikes me is that it doesn't matter how white some of these singers were. The R&B influence of a lot of these singles is so profoundly present all the time. You know, that Philly soul thing. I think Motown played in a little bit, but Motown was kind of its own thing. But it seems like these singles really had a strong.
Well, that was very Motown
base.
to me.
Yeah. So I'm constantly impressed by that because you don't. I mean, it's still around today, but it doesn't feel like it's fueling the top 40 the way it did then, where it was just everyone had this thing, you know.
It's impossible to.
So we're gonna do a
quantify.
retribution thing now. We always talk about how we're gonna redo tunes that we screw up. And this one's gonna feature Bruce.
Wait a minute, are we setting the bar high now? This like as though we got prepared and we're
I'm trying to
retributing?
encourage you to
We're
do your
not doing
best.
it. We just picked it because it was a 1974 song.
That's
and
true.
we played it too fast the last time we did it.
Yeah,
so
I
we're
don't
gonna try a
remember.
little slower.
We couldn't find what show it was on, but I think we did do it. So why don't you set that tempo, and I'm going to try to get that groove for you.
Come on, groove with me.
These are our eyes that never knew how to smile till you came into my life. And these are the arms that long to lock you inside every day and every night. Girl, and here is the soul of which you've taken control. Can't you see I'm trying to show love is right? Oh, show and tell, just a game I play when I wanna say I love you. Show me and tell me you feel the same way too. All you do, yeah. These are the hands that can help reaching for you anywhere inside. Anywhere inside. And these are the lips that can't help calling your name in the middle of the night. Middle of the night. Oh, and here's a man who needs to know where you stand. Don't you know I've done all I can, so decide. Oh, show and tell, just a game I play when I wanna say, woo, I love you. Oh, show me and tell me you feel the same way too. All singing, yeah.
We're becoming the masters of the major 7 chord ending with the false. I'm
That
telling you,
was
man,
brutal,
that's
dude. I didn't even know. We should have brought it down a step.
no, it's okay. You were hitting. That was. You absolutely nailed
That blew me up.
I screwed up the chords here and there because I didn't know you were going to do a double chorus, but
I have such a hard time singing
this
like
is
that
not
sitting
an
down.
easy. Yeah, I know.
You know,
This is-
if I was standing up, it'd be just so much easier.
well, I was suggesting
Brutal.
earlier that you might try standing for the.
Yeah, but that would have changed
Remember,
everything.
Hindalong used to play the drums standing up. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Remember that? We used.
That was totally cool. Those guys were great. They had the full total hairspray hair.
Yeah,
They were so cool.
Yeah, it was a thing.
But you know, if I did that, all of a sudden Chris would show up, and then we'd be like campfire dancing around with. He'd have the little kazoo, and it would just be crazy. I'd have to have a flag.
Al Green isn't afraid to do that. When I went and saw him, he had these two.
Chris is
Did I tell you I saw Al Green and he had these two?
locking arms.
What? I think you've been hitting that bottle a little bit
No,
hard.
it's just I'm barely even. This is just for my throat, and it obviously
The throat. It's for the throat.
it's for the throat. It's one of those days.
Well, why don't we move into an area that we're more likely to do well in?
Oh,
I don't know. What is that?
okay. There you go.
Anyway, thank you for sticking with us. It's been.
Chris.
We're sorry. We don't mean to encourage you to drink, or anything like that.
It's a party.
I just
Yes,
think that.
we've got an audience. We have Sister Janet here from Spain, from
Yes. Why
España.
don't you?
From España.
Do you have
And
any
we're
back-
really happy that you got a chance to sit in on the show, dear.
This is Bruce's sister. I've
You
not
want to
seen-
jump in
I
and
don't
say
think
hi,
I've seen
wave
you
on
for
camera?
20
Come on,
years.
come on, dear. Just are we on main cam? Just turn and look at the cam right there.
Yes, look at that. Oh boy, look at that.
This baby brother.
Well, do you remember the last time you were here?
Gosh, well, I was here 2 years ago.
2 years ago, but
See you maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is going off the rails. We got sisters and we got bottles of brandy.
And we're counting it down too, by the way.
Yeah, we're counting down.
We're counting down to the show, to the big, the number that shall not be mentioned, and that's going to be the sea change.
Yes, we're
Making a big change in the show.
yeah. Without giving it away, we're going to get back to our roots.
Yep.
Yeah, we
Expect big changes.
expect big
Show
changes, but there'll
77.
be good things. Yeah,
Yep.
you know,
So,
we've been a live radio for a few seasons.
yeah, it's been
here.
an interesting ride.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I mean, I don't know how we got to what we're doing now, but
Just definitely after the last thing that we just did.
well, the thing
I don't know that I want to keep
the important
trying
thing
do
to
that.
say, and I'll be real brief about this, is that if nothing else, we have exposed an important part of your roots personally. I think
Oh,
as
interesting.
a singer,
Oh, wow.
as a musician, because you came
Oh.
up in this time that we've been kind of doing, and certainly mine. I mean, you know, that goes without saying, but I'd say more so you, because a lot of your influence seemed to come from.
That kind of
This
soul
place.
70s radio.
Yeah, before you veered into prog rock and jazz and all those things.
Well, and I couldn't imagine having made the journey down memory lane with anybody but you. I don't know who could have pulled it off. I mean, we
Well,
know some
you
great
know.
musicians, but there's only one Doc, and he's handling all
Well,
of it.
I'll tell you
man.
what, when you're driving around in your car as a young man with this stuff literally 24 hours a day, you can't get away from it. It's in the stores, it's at home on your AM
Totally.
radio.
No, we lived through the radio.
Yeah, my DNA has been permanently
couldn't-
altered.
There was no on-demand anything. You
No.
know? I mean, if you wanted something on a tape, or you'd have to move the record back, or you'd have to rewind the tape, or find your spot. You know, it's like you didn't pick and choose.
And the thing is, the way my brain
Songs.
is, it's like, I don't know about your personal psychosis, but in my mental thing, when I hear a record, let's say that was the only song I heard all day on the radio, that show and tell, that will loop for the rest of the day into the night. I'll go to sleep with it and I'll wake up to it. That's just how my brain works. So imagine if you're constantly feeding it these songs, and then your brain is constantly looping it. You know, it's like,
Well,
that's going to
definitely.
change your DNA for sure.
Those things all total in all my solo stuff and stuff. That all that stuff emerges all
It
the time.
does.
You hear that all the
Yeah,
time.
I hear it all the time.
You know, the one that really infected my upbringing was watching the stuff on television, the KTEL, things because it had all the hooks that ran together.
Right.
It was like it was the original mashup.
all of the hits
It was just
all at
it
once.
was just like it was just crazy. Like you'd have, I mean, I can't even think of it right now, but I mean, you'd have all these hooks that they weren't in the same song, but they occurred to me as that, like what was there was something like she was born in the summer when smoke gets in your eye. And like these things, like they're just like totally don't belong together, but they all,
Well, that's kind of what we've
she'll
been
be
doing.
riding wildfire.
That's what our band has been. I always said 77's had an identity crisis because we kind of put everything together. It was kind of like a radio all mashed.
Yeah.
So when you hear, like, when Bruce and I collaborate on something like, what's the one you wrote? Thanks a Million.
Oh, sure.
What I'm hearing is the Four Tops. I'm hearing Bee Gees. I'm hearing all this stuff, because it surprised me when I first got to know your personal composition skills. I'm going, man, this is heavily based upon things that I wouldn't expect from you. I'm always, when I first met you, I was always thinking you were a sort of a jazz fusion, like, you know what I mean? Like, because as a drummer, you assume that. But
sure.
Bruce is truly a pop guy. And,
Well, bless you, Mike.
Yes.
You're truly an all-around guy. And
So-
Chris Harrelson is truly
we got to do another
here in the flesh. And he's an all-around guy.
Well, I know it's kind of late. Hope I didn't wake you, but what I got to say won't wait. I knew you'd understand. Every time I tried to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I have to say I love you in a song. Yeah, I know it's kind of strange, but every time I'm near you, I run out of things to say. I know you'd understand. And every time I try to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I have to say I love you in a song. Gotta say, knew you'd understand. Every time I try to tell you, the words just came out wrong. So I have to say I love you in a song. Yeah, I have to say I love you in a song.
Nicely done.
I will say that is interesting composition because, when we had to figure out that it went goes to the major, right? And then another major, because the songwriter in me would always go to that minor, but that's not right. It has to go to the major to resolve back. Da, 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 major. May not, da, na, na. Da, da, da. Da 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 da. It's very well.
And then another la.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, we're gonna go now to the
that would've
British
been
Isles for a little bit.
Next time.
A couple of these are not from 1974, although this
What?
song was re-released. Came out in 1970, but it was re-released a second time as a single because it had done well in Europe. So even though the band had moved way past this, they put it back out and it charted in 73, 74, around the cusp of that. So a great singer, songwriter, Greg Lake from Emerson, Lake and Palmer. I never got to see them, unfortunately, but this was the first song he ever wrote, 12 years of age. He went to some guy's house. There was a guitar with one string on it, and he sat and made up this song. So when they did their first album, they did all this heavy stuff, and then he brought this in, and Keith Emerson just laughed at him and said, I'm going down to the pub. This song isn't any good. So Lake stayed behind with Carl Palmer, and they built the track one thing at a time. You know, they put the guitar track down, and and then the drums down, and then he played the bass, and he made this whole thing, right? So Emerson comes back from the pub. He's all pissed, and he hears it, and he goes, I can't believe this. It's like, that sounds like a record. He says, I got to play on it now. And they go, well, what are you going to do? It's all finished. And he had just gotten a Moog synthesizer, which hadn't been, in circulation. You'd had to get him from Robert Moog personally. And I think before that, the Monkees were the first band to use one on a record as a solo instrument. And it was kind of goofy, So Emerson goes in and lays down that iconic, goofy solo, but it just works. And that was the last track, and he says, no, I can do it better. That's just a demo. And they go, it's great. If you do it again, you're going to have to erase it. Those were in the days where you couldn't, So they
there
made
wasn't
him
another
keep it.
track.
No, there wasn't another track. So they made him keep it, and there's stories that he was horrified, but I think the truth is that even though it was kind of goofy, kind of out of tune, there's just something about it. I listened to it and I went, wow, that is really messed up.
Well, which we don't have, and we don't have that. So when you're at home, if you have your Moog synthesizer, join us.
He had white horses, ladies by the score, all dressed in satin and waiting by the door. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. Ooh, what a lucky man he was.
White lace and feathers, they made up his bed. A gold-covered mattress on which he was laid.
Ooh, what a lucky man he was. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. He went to fight wars for his country and his king, of his honor and his glory. The people, they would sing. Ooh, what a lucky man he was. Ooh, what a lucky man he was.
A bullet had found him, his blood ran as he cried. No money could save him, so he lay down and he died. Ooh, what a lucky man he was.
lunatic is in the grass. The lunatic is on the grass. Remembering games and daisy chains and laughs. Got to keep the loonies on the path. The lunatic is in the hall. The lunatics are in my hall. The paper holds their folded faces to the floor. And every day the paper boy brings more. And if the dam breaks open many years too soon, and if there is no room upon the hill, and if your head explodes with dark forebodings too, I'll see you on the dark side of the moon. The lunatic is in my head. The lunatic is in my head. You raise the blade, you make the change, you rearrange me till I'm sane. You lock the door and throw away the key. There's someone in my head, but it's not me. And if a cloud bursts thunder in your ear, you shout, no one seems to hear. And if the band you're in starts playing different tunes, I'll see you on the dark side of the moon.
Wait a minute. How does somebody say that? They make it like, hold on, I'm singing like, ba, da, 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 like that?
That'll get us there. All right, new song now. All that you touch and all that you see, all that you taste, all you feel, and all that you love, and all that you hate, all you distrust, all you save, and all that you give, and all that you deal, all that you buy,
sun is eclipsed, the moon.
That's nice.
We
nice
brutalized-
breakdown.
Oh, we
nice.
brutalized that transition.
I know,
Mike.
but I mean, how do you go from a straight thing to a triplet like that? I think the fill is
It's
the thing that's
math.
supposed to
no,
signal
it's
it.
math.
I know you didn't get it.
I did.
You
knew-
did? So it's my fault.
It was totally your fault.
Oh
When we roll that episode back, just skip over that part and
man,
assume
I think
that
we
I'm
need
right.
more tips. I think that's the problem. Is the tips? Let's face it. Without your tips, ladies and gentlemen, we can't learn.
We're
our-
not sure what to do, man. We need some tips.
Yeah, if Griffith
If,
was here,
if anybody has some tips that can
if
help
Steve
us,
Griffith was
believe
here,
me.
you know what he'd say?
Don't hold back.
He'd say, "You guys can't play.
Yeah,
You can't play the drum.
it's
you can't
possible.
And he
I
says,
know.
"And your endings are terrible.
Yeah, you're
Your endings are terrible.
you're-
your transitions are worse.
yeah you rush your fills and your endings are terrible.
And today's songs are slower, and you're playing everything fast.
it's
I think we need
Steve
Griffith.
can't work like
Steve,
this.
no, we can't. He can't work like this. All right.
I just talked to him, by the way. He's doing great in Florida, and New Vector CDs.
Yeah, you guys
together,
selling that
man.
thing?
Yeah,
People
we're-
buying
we're-
it?
Well,
We-
it's showing up, so I think it's time for anyone who's interested in that to please wander on over to
Mezzo Music.
Ltd. and check it out and say hi and log in, join up, and let us know you're there. And we got several things coming here.
Yes.
We talked about it, and we've talked about talking too much about things.
We're
But
gonna-
I know that we have this next one
Yes,
done. This
it's
next
done.
one's done. So it's coming out right away. We haven't done any pre-orders, we haven't done any of that.
We're not going to need to
Any
do
of that
that.
business.
People are going to buy
We're
this.
just going to come straight out with this hymn
But
show
right
thing.
now, before you buy our record, please send money to paypal.me/.
Yeah, hopefully you buy what we've been doing here.
Do you buy it?
I'm not sure.
I'm not buying it.
Yeah, we're
I'll
not
tell
trying
you
to
what,
sell.
I'm not buying
Honestly,
it.
we're not trying to sell.
But
this.
we're not trying to sell it, but we do need you to help us. PayPal.me/MICRO77S. And we've been getting some in euros, which sometimes they convert it, sometimes I have to go in and convert it. So, but if that's if euros is your thing, send euros. We'll take pesos, gold doubloons.
I love euros, man.
You do?
Oh, they're just like
Aren't they worth more than $1?
well, the
now?
lamb and the
Yeah, exactly. The shawarma.
yeah the
shawarma?
the shawarmas, the
Yeah, the euros are. We got a euro sitting right here,
Yeah, the-
right
the
now.
pittas.
Kinda. Is Spain technically part of euro?
Oh, I think so.
Or is it in
Yeah,
its
kinda.
own?
Bio magic.
Yeah.
For some time.
What's that?
I thought we were talking about the sandwich.
You're not talking
Oh.
about the euro. The euro.
Yeah, euros. You guys, that's Greek.
well,
That's
they-
Greek.
Oh.
Don't send Greek sandwiches.
Well, I'm just surprised.
I
I'm
will
surprised
take.
they stay good by the time they get
No,
through the mail.
they're going to send us gift cards. Hey, if you want to send us gift cards, me and Bruce will go out to eat and film it, and we'll put it on the show.
As a matter of fact, I think we should
talking about-
Yeah, we should start doing some.
We want to
little
do
bits.
some gags
Yeah,
and bits like that.
We were
and
considering starting to have a lunch feature or a dinner feature where we go out and we maybe hit a food truck or two
sure.
with Chris Harrelson.
Yeah,
and-
with Chris
and
playing
Mike
his,
Rowe.
and I'll bring a little guitar. We have a little sing song.
Exactly, a little sing song, and a little food truck sing along.
The possibilities are practically endless.
food
All
truck sing-along,
Okay, so hey,
bar talk,
let's not go.
anything is possible.
Before we go there, I want you to go to your Venmo right now and go to @MICRO77S. Write me a note and I'll write you back. I'll send you some goofy emojis. If you like mailing things, we like getting things in the mail. 77SLTD.
Dude, the possibilities are endless. We could do me and Doc in the kitchen.
P.O. box.
If people send in a recipe,
1441.
and we send in a
Citrus.
recipe, and Doc and I cook.
P.O. Box 1441. Citrus.
We could go down and throw Mike off.
The Heights.
California 95611. I did it.
We could do Mike Mike's his scuba diving lessons. Doc in the bay.
I'm sorry. I apologize on behalf of myself.
Doc does Dockin. Doc dresses like Dockin.
All right. So with all the numerous complaints that we have veered too far off the path of our own material, I present to you a song that the Lost Dogs covered by
I was saying, I present to you another song that we
another
did not
song
write.
that we didn't do, but the Lost Dogs did, and I'm in that, so that counts.
Okay.
An old Bill Monroe favorite. Sing along from the Little Red Riding Hood album. Precious memories, unseen angels sent from somewhere to my soul. How they linger ever near me, in the sacred past unfolds. Help me now. Precious memories, how they linger, how they ever flood my soul. In the stillness of the midnight, precious sacred scenes unfold.
Precious Father, loving Mother, fly across the lonely years. An old home scene of my childhood, in fond memory appears.
Precious memories, how they linger, how they ever flood my soul. In the stillness of the midnight, precious sacred scenes unfold. As I travel on life's pathway, know not what the years may hold. As I ponder, hope grows fonder. Precious memories flood my soul. Sing along with us, if you will. Precious memories, how they linger, how they ever flood my soul. In the stillness of the midnight, precious sacred scenes unfold. Precious sacred scenes unfold. All right.
That was proper.
Thanks, Bill Monroe. Yeah, we could, it's bringing out our bluegrass roots. It's another sort of CoROEnosphere record we need to do. We've been talking
Straight
of doing a
bluegrass.
bluegrass record for 20 years. We need to do it. We've never done
That's a
it.
great idea.
Yeah,
let's get the
absolutely.
first one out, and then I
Yeah,
think
okay.
this is all going to make sense. Oh well, heck. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, give me that. Give me that.
1, 2, 3.
If I could stick my pen in your heart, spill it all over the stage, would it satisfy you? Would it slide on by you? Would you think the boy is strange? Ain't it strange? If I could win you, if I could sing you a love song so divine, would it be enough for your cheating heart? If I broke down and cried, if I cried, I said, oh no, it's only rock and roll, but I like it. I said, I know, it's only rock and roll, but I like it, yes I do, oh well I like it. I like it. I like it. Can't you see this old boy's been lonely?
If I could stick a knife in my heart, suicide right on stage. still